How are you doing? Didn't mean to cut you off.
No, no worries. No, it's good. I'll get my shine later. It'll be good. So
All right, all right. I'll be on the offensive
there you go.
in the early parts of the match.
Yeah, exactly. Uh,
I'm good. I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm doing all right. Today's Father's Day, so my kids
Oh,
and I
happy
had
Father's Day.
the most mundane day possible. It was quite nice. I'm really starting to really enjoy the mundane stuff. I don't like need the special stuff anymore. Just like chill time and having
Well, it's
lunch.
the season for mundane things.
Yeah, boy
So,
howdy. Yeah, I'm.
especially in California, where we're sure to be under shelter-in-place orders in no time.
Yeah, it's
This is
if
the third day
everybody.
in a row biggest increase in coronavirus cases. So.
Wait, how long?
This is the third day in a row
Oh
we've
Jesus.
broke the record of the previous day.
Well, and it's not because of the protests. It's actually because of home
Oh, it's
parties.
because they opened too early. It's
Yeah,
bars and shit. It's
yeah.
in its yeah, 20,000 new cases in California in the last 5 days.
God
So
damn. Well,
it's
that's bleak.
not going well.
No, a lot of school districts are talking about having opening and just being normal, going back to normal when we come back. So that'll be
Good luck with that.
no kidding. So, so makes me wish that everybody kind of be Brian Blaired it up and just pop on that mask.
Right. Mask it up.
Yeah.
Mask it up. Come on. Do it like your favorite luchador.
There you go.
Cover
There,
your nose and your mouth.
yeah, so not like Mr. Wrestling 2 where he had this.
No, you don't want that.
No.
You don't want to
So
wear a football helmet. Just just
yeah,
uh,
please. I'd like to go out and do things at some point. Uh,
right.
so, but hey, I got a question for you. What do you think the best WrestleMania match ever was?
Oh, I mean, the traditionalist in me goes back to Savage and Steamboat,
Okay.
WrestleMania 3,
Mm-hmm.
just because, at that time, it was such a meaningful match, especially since both those guys just had it in their head that they wanted to steal the show,
Yeah.
and and they totally did in front of, at the time, the biggest crowd ever.
Yeah.
Uh, Plus, I'm a huge mark for Randy Savage,
Mm-hmm.
and Steamboat's one of the best workers of all time.
Yeah. They
Uh,
had such a hot feud too, with the bell
right.
hitting the
So
throat.
yeah, yeah. I mean, the bell and the
Mm-hmm.
throat. And, so that one holds a really special place in my heart.
Nice.
Um, but I mean, God, there's been so many over the years. I'll tell you what is not my favorite is Hogan and Sergeant Slaughter from WrestleMania 6.
7. That was 7.
Oh, number 7, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, 6 was Warrior and
Yeah.
and
And
Hogan.
Hogan. Yeah. So did
Um,
not a fan of Hogan and Slaughter, huh?
no, what a just a terrible angle
Yeah.
uh, that finished with just a terrible match.
Yeah, that's a really good way to put it. That's yeah.
Uh, what about you, Damian?
I gotta say,
With Bret Hart's involved.
yeah. My favorite WrestleMania match. I would dare say it's in the top 3 of best matches, but my favorite one is Bret Hart versus Roddy Piper at WrestleMania 8 in
Great,
Indianapolis.
fantastic match.
Oh my
I
God.
like that one too.
It has, to me, it is the best example of a complete story told within the match. You have Piper going from face to heel to face in about 15-20 seconds.
Right.
You had the styles clashing, you had the pathos, you had all the great stuff. I mean, it really was just a solid match.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I,
So
I rewatched the Boneyard match from the most recent WrestleMania with AJ Styles and Undertaker.
yeah, how'd
And
that
I
go?
gotta say, it's not a traditional match, but as far as entertainment value goes,
Hmm.
that one's up there for
Okay. Okay.
me. It is up.
Yeah. I'm trying to think if there are other entertaining matches for me. Taker versus CM Punk might be one of my most entertaining ones at Mania because partly because of the Living Color intro.
Oh yeah.
That was just so sweet. I'm such a mark for Living Color though. So
Well, CM Punk is,
yeah.
especially at that time, just
Hmm.
at the top of his game, and
Yeah.
Taker could still work.
Yep. Yep.
I mean, whew. The one thing about watching the Undertaker docu series on the network is you really see over the last 3 or 4 years man, the decline physically of Taker, and man,
Everything starts melting.
yeah, it's like just really, and he's in the ring. It's just really hard to watch.
Yeah.
And he had like 3 out of 4 matches that were just cringy.
Yeah. Which,
You know,
and those I'd put on him, whereas the ones that he had early on were cringy, not because of his fault, but because of how they were.
right? I mean, you look at Taker and like Elegante,
Mm-hmm.
or I guess Giant Gonzalez in the WWF,
Right.
but Elegante was his WCW character. But stuff like that is just like you're not going to turn that chicken shit into chicken salad. It doesn't matter how hard we try.
Well, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so speaking of awesome WrestleMania matches,
Yeah.
what are we watching today?
We're gonna actually set the Wayback Machine for WrestleMania 21 when they were in LA,
Okay.
and it's Kurt Angle versus Shawn Michaels.
Okay, cool.
2 phenomenal workers. I'd say Shawn is one of the few guys who actually got out when he should have. Left at the top, before he got saggy man boobed.
Right.
So, and
to be fair, he still actually looks pretty good without a shirt on.
Yeah, he does. He does.
Yeah.
Better than I ever have. So, yeah.
Right. Yeah. I would choose to look like Shawn Michaels right now than at any point I've ever been in my life.
yeah, I'd go with that too. But yeah, we're gonna do Angle versus Shawn from WrestleMania 21. So get that queued up, and I'll take you through just a little bit of the history of the match. So WWE at this point had divided into its brand split, and this is when they were actually keeping pretty close to it. Guys from SmackDown only wrestled guys from SmackDown. Guys from Raw only wrestled guys from Raw. And when it was and they had each their own pay-per-views too. And when your cat's going to the top, Johnny.
Yeah.
Pretend you're Don Morocco and come down on you. But so this is when they had the split, and they kept pretty close to it. And so at Royal Rumble, Shawn eliminated Kurt, and Kurt got pissed and came in and eliminated Shawn, and then just beat the shit out of him on the way out. And Kurt was on SmackDown, and Shawn was on Raw. So you've got a really easy setup. You're going to go cross-brand at a time where they don't cross-pollinate. So it was kind of a special feeling.
Right.
So
it's almost like it was almost like a super fight.
Yes.
You know how you used to always fantasize about like what would happen if like the main guy from WWF went against the main guy from the NWA.
Yeah.
They made the brand split that exclusive, so it felt special.
And they could put guys who were in their primes instead of making you wait 8 years longer than you should have.
Right.
So which is nice. So the next night on Raw, they get the storyline moving, and Kurt Angle basically comes out and says that he's pissed because when he was wrestling in the Olympics in '96, at the top of the wrestling game, and he had a broken neck, all he heard about the whole time was Shawn Michaels. And he was angry because he's like, I was the best in the world, not Shawn, but all I heard was Shawn. Because that was when Shawn won the Iron Man match.
Okay.
And so Michaels comes out and basically just issues him a challenge. And then for the next, I want to say like 8 weeks, they go on this tear. And it's such a good story build. And essentially what it is Angle says that I'm going to do everything Shawn did in his career, and I'm going to do it by the time of WrestleMania.
Okay.
So Angle gets to do kind of some of the clownish stuff that he does, but also he gets to show off his athleticism and his nasty side. So he had a ladder match. I forget who it was against, but he beat that guy in the ladder match. Kind of calling out Shawn's big move there.
The Razor Ramon.
He brought in Marty Jannetty to wrestle him. And had a really good match with Marty Jannetty, actually. And Marty actually almost got a contract for it. But turns out he was on house arrest because he can't help but stepping on his own dick.
Jannetty being Jannetty.
Yeah. So, but it led to a really cool match the next week, too, where Marty and Shawn teamed up one last time as the Rockers and it was a fun match. Like that might be one that we watch sometime. Uh, but yeah, he beat the shit out of Marty Jannetty. Then the next week he came out singing Sean's entrance music, and did his
Oh
own
yeah,
little take on it, and he brought out Sherry for it.
right.
And it was awesome. And he, I mean, he did such a good job aping Sean's moves and it just everything, like the shoulder shimmy, the hips, everything. And he just, he's a sexy Kurt. He'll make your ankle hurt.
Okay,
And he even had a line in there like, they hear me walk, they hear me talk. Marty Jannetty still can't walk. Just
that's funny.
so good. And then he beat the shit out of Sherry and put her in the ankle lock. And so you just have this constant build of Kurt being a bully and Sean looking strong the whole way. And that brings us essentially to Mania. And by the time it gets to Mania, everybody's sitting there going like, we legit don't know who's going to win this one.
Right, which
so,
is ultimately a good place to be for
a wonderful
for
place. Yeah. So that's essentially the history. I mean, the match really does speak for itself. So if you're on the app, I strongly recommend you go down to just scroll down until you get to the. It'll be right after Billy Gibbons, ZZ Top. So Shawn Michaels versus Kurt Angle. Click on that, and it queues it up to 1 hour, 38 minutes, and 20 seconds.
Okay, so we're at 138 and 20.
Yep.
If you want to donate, tip us, pay a cover, whatever you want. Venmo at Johnny Taylor, or it's going to be PayPal Johnny Taylor at about.me. Once again, Venmo at Johnny Taylor or PayPal Johnny Taylor at about.me. And okay, so we're going to get this going here.
Yeah. So 1 hour, 38 minutes, 20 seconds.
We'll count down from 3, 2, 1, and
right.
press play on 1.
Okay. Count it down for me, sir.
So 3, 2, 1.
And here we go. So, big full arena. This is before they're doing stadiums consistently. They'd done one in 19. Okay, here comes Sean. At this point, Sean has come back. He's been back for a little bit. And he's doing Christian Sean, at least somewhat. So he gets down on his knees and says a very public prayer.
Yeah.
And gets Jesus into his pyro. I remember one time he got stuck on the ramp, actually, with his gimmick that he's wearing there. But like Sean is able to actually pull that off. Like it's fine. He has such a good sense of humor about it.
Right. What's your time code right now?
I'm currently at 1 hour, 39 minutes, and 10 seconds.
Okay.
So, and by the way, we did fix the audio from last time, so folks hopefully are enjoying hearing you instead of my play-by-play of what you say.
Yeah, that was something else last week.
Yeah, I don't know what happened.
No, so hopefully people are hearing.
Yeah. Send us messages if you're not. You know who you are. So
Michaels is looking like he's in good shape here.
Yeah. He's looking like somebody carved a statue of Perseus and added long hair.
Yeah, he looks very good actually.
Yeah.
As far as he's fit as fiddle for this one.
And then here comes Kurt Angle.
Kurt Angle coming out here.
Bald Kurt Angle. And he's getting the "You Suck" chant, which I did some back research, and by the way, Kurt looks amazing too.
Yeah, he does. He's really ripped.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kurt when he wasn't fighting off a lot of injuries, always had a really great body.
Yeah, he did. So, yeah. So the music that he comes out to, that music that lends itself so well to the "You Suck" chant. The first time I saw it used, it was the Patriot, Del Wilkes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Another guy that really liked doing drugs.
Yeah, I was gonna say maybe that music is cursed. Is that?
Yeah. So I heard a story one time about Kurt Angle where he was taking 50 Vicodin a day.
Is that a lot?
That's a lot.
Okay.
You're supposed to take for like therapeutic purposes,
Hmm.
maybe at the most 4 a day.
Oh Jesus!
So yeah, he was letting he was letting it rip.
Wow. Yeah.
Kurt blew a snot rocket. That's
Yeah. What's your timestamp?
I am at 141.22.
Okay.
What are you at?
I'm at 141.35. So, tell you what, I'm going to pause at 141.40, and you
Okay.
tell me when to hit play.
Okay. Hit play now.
Got it. All right. So,
We're about to lock up here.
yep. Sean's wearing the kind of loose leather.
Oh, slap
Ooh,
him.
nice. Getting into Kurt's face. Oh, Kurt goes for the takedown,
Yeah.
and
Easily gets it.
yep, as should be, and pretty much riding Sean as much as he wants to. Although
Yeah.
Sean's showing just a little bit of ability to fight, and then Kurt has 50 counters for it.
Yeah. He's
So
really ponying him up.
yeah,
Sean gets to the ring to the ropes
yep,
using that rule that means almost nothing
right,
any of the time.
yeah. So Kurt has clearly
Sean,
bested Sean, but Sean has gotten to the ropes, like you said, and so they're both still jawing a little bit back and taking a measure of each other. So
this is Sean. Sean showing some moves here.
right. And that's something that Sean would often do. I mean, what we're seeing right now, Sean's got him in a headlock on the ground. Um, we saw Sean do that for a good 40 minutes of the Iron Man match in '96,
Yeah.
when Brett was supposed to be the one who was, superior wrestler.
Yeah, the more technical wrestler for
Yeah,
sure.
which interesting story to tell, but
Yeah.
by the way, this headlock is what the Joe Stetcher, the Strangler, from the early
Okay.
1900s, late 1800s. This is what he would defeat people with. Was this?
Interesting.
Yeah, like
Interesting to see how the sport has evolved.
yeah,
I love the idea of Angle getting him in a suplex, a back suplex,
hmm
Sean maintaining the hold of the headlock.
yeah, and the frustration that can build. And then Angle slowly working his way back up, and even just little details. This is why I love Sean's performances. He's putting his chin into the top of Angle's head for that.
Yeah.
All right, Sean knocks Angle down,
And
and
we're back with that headlock and the hip toss.
And what I like about this is that it's going to be a long match. They both know that. The crowd probably knows that.
Right.
But they're both going for establishing some level of dominance. So there's some
Right.
drama in these rest holds.
Totally.
It actually adds to the story.
As opposed to it just being a rest hold because you're tired.
Right. Oh, sorry. I meant Ed the Strangler Lewis, by the way. He was different guy. But yeah, Ed Lewis, who did he? He ended up training Lou Thez, if I recall. But
Okay.
and Gene LaBelle of all people. But yeah, Ed
Oh,
Lewis.
Gene.
Yeah, he's an OG in the wrestling. So Ed the Strangler Lewis, that was his hold. That's why they call him the Strangler. So now I got a question for you. Sean always kept his hair long and tied down, and it's clear that he was balding.
Yeah, for sure.
So clear. So did it ever distract you how clearly he was balding?
Yeah, I mean, I've always been one of those guys that's like maybe as it's starting to get thin, just let it go.
Mm-hmm.
Sean's now has a buzz cut,
Yeah.
shaved it. But yeah, he always kind of had it's interesting too because he went from having like uh, these luscious locks
Oh
in like
yeah.
the mid '90s,
Mm-hmm.
and but as the late '90s, early 2000s started to occur, you start seeing it thinning out.
Yep.
And I was always one of those guys. It's like, yeah, maybe just clip it.
Yeah. He's using a short arm scissors here, which is Triple H actually used it from time to time, and then Angle just rolling it over into a pin. That's great. But he's got a short arm scissors, and Angle is
Through the hair pull.
yep. And what I like about this is you can double him up and pin him like that, and you can also, if you're a big enough man, you can pick him up and dump him over the side there. So it's
Right.
just kind of hinting at that kind of stuff.
Yeah, and I always liked when Sean would kind of show off his technical wrestling
Mm-hmm.
skills. And a lot of people think Sean was just kind of a high spot guy, but he never really was.
Yeah.
What a
Oh, there
great
you go.
angle.
Short arm
Top
scissors.
into a sunset flip.
Nice.
That was a great spot.
Yeah. Just all that strength on Angle's part.
Oh, here
Oh,
we go.
backslide.
Backslide.
And just move after move after move, Sean has Kurt scouted. And that's kind of the story going on here. Is Sean is just trying to wear Kurt down, which frankly is a fool's errand. But
Right.
he's not trying to beat him with the high spots, like you're saying. He's trying to beat him on his own terms. Um, and that's good story. I mean, it really
Does
is.
this match have any steps? Is this just a straight up?
Straight up match, and it's almost entirely for bragging rights. There's no like, number one contender status or anything like that. It's Angle was pissed that Sean, like, they created the story. Ooh, over the top of the ref, and Angle starts
Oh,
the
we got some
brawl.
hoss fighting here.
Yeah, because Angle is pissed, and Sean trying to tie him up with the legs.
Did it surprise you that Sean never really sniffed the title picture uh, once he came back in 2002?
A bit. I mean, he did because it was something Triple H had, and Sean was able to piss off Triple H with it. There was one other time, if I recall, where it was Sean and Jericho's feud when Jericho like punched out Sean's wife.
Yeah.
First chance at the ankle lock here. You ever had an ankle lock put on you, Johnny? It hurts like hell.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. Oh, when they both go over. And this is
Ankle
their.
locks hurt, but not nearly as bad as like a heel hook,
Oh,
which
really?
really stretches out your Achilles tendon.
Okay.
Um,
There's one move, I think it's called slicing the knee. Is that right?
well, I mean, you can actually like tear your knee from a heel hook too.
Oh, geez. Okay. So here Sean is getting ready to do something in the table, or maybe he's setting it up for later. That's what I used to love too, is when the guys would set something up and then come back to it
Yeah.
much further down the road.
Yeah, you don't have to use it right off the bat.
Right.
Knee repeat uppercuts by Kurt Angle,
Nice.
showing how unpatriotic he actually is. Uh,
That globalist agenda of Kurt Angle's.
seriously.
So,
You got the knife and chops there. I'm sure
yeah.
people are willing.
Oh, Angle
Go
slam.
for an Angle slam. Oh, he's going to try.
Oh,
Oh!
oh.
So that's
Onto the
a
pole.
devastating Angle slam. Like, I've never seen that Angle slam where he just shoves the guy against the ring post.
Yeah. And Sean had a history of bad back stuff.
Yeah.
So, but yeah,
So there's context for it.
yeah, there really is, and I love when they do that deep kind of storytelling with these matches. So, but yeah, Sean had one title picture. Yeah, and unfortunately, they should not have shown that angle on the replay because it shows Sean's ass hitting it, not his back.
Right.
But
He ends up hitting on the beefy part of his backside.
yeah, but yeah, Sean had one other sniff at the title, and that's when he was going in that feud against Jericho. That was supposed to just be a one-off. And then it turned into like a 9-month story. It was really cool. But yeah, I don't think Sean needed it by that point. I think he came back just to tell really cool stories.
Yeah, and but as a pride thing, I wonder if he was like, man, I could still be the top guy.
Yeah.
And but you had so many top guys at that time. I mean, you had Angle who was emerging.
Yep.
You still had Triple H who, you know, I mean, nepotism wise, it's like he just booked himself to be the champ a million times.
Oh yeah. But in fairness, he also drew, and he had good heat.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't
Oh
just
yeah,
wasn't.
I'm a fan of Triple H's, but I
Yeah.
also think it's weird when the son-in-law of the guy that owns the place
True.
has a title. It
Yeah.
comes off weird.
It does feel a little Vern Gagne-esque, where Vern's the 10-time champion and he's like 60.
Right.
You know. But okay, so Kurt's got the arm scissors on Sean now, and Sean's trying to counter it.
So we're about 12 minutes into this match,
Mm-hmm.
and it seems like we're 5.
It really does.
Even though there's been rest holds already,
Mm-hmm.
Everything has been meaningful to a degree.
Yeah.
So we got Sean giving a little flare bump a little bit.
A little bit to sell that back, and then the belly to back.
Very good.
Ooh, over the top.
Yeah, Sean can really sell.
Yeah.
Sometimes oversell.
I was going to say, Sean's so good at selling, sometimes he will use that to shit all over somebody in a match.
Hello, Michaels Hogan.
Yeah, SummerSlam.
Where Hogan hits him and Sean like bounces over the top rope.
Like he's been shot out of a cannon.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just... Yeah, I mean, Brett's my favorite, but Sean, I think, is a superior performer.
Yeah, I mean, as far as like just being able to capture high drama with some subtleties.
Yeah. Like,
so you got Kurt's here with Anita's back, just really working that back over. Yeah. It's almost like a camel clutch.
Mm-hmm. Now he's reaching into his nose.
Yeah, but instead he's kind of like got his knee in the square of his back.
Yeah, just folding him backward. Again, creating more of that story. And now they're again back to don't do it with that angle.
Another bad angle on that.
Yeah. Like do it from the other side, and we all would have bought it. Who do you think's calling this match, by the way?
I bet it's a combination of the both of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I bet they got a few spots worked out prior to the match.
Yeah, you're probably right there. The angle slam, for instance.
Yeah, and I bet for the most part they're just calling it in the ring.
You know who I feel bad for right now is they're going back and forth, and then Sean just slaps the shit out of Angle again. Oh God, look at that face for that Angle. Just slaughtered Sean with the clothesline. You know who I feel bad for though is Taz, because Sean took the monitors out of the desk like 5 minutes ago, and Taz knows he can't put the monitors back in, so now he has to just be sitting on a chair, not looking into his desk.
Who's calling? Who's got the announcing call?
I think who's announcing this is JR. Is calling this.
With Taz on color?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, that's definitely.
Taz does a hell of a job. I don't know if anybody, if you've been watching AEW at all, but Taz does a hell of a job with the color commentary on AEW.
I'm so glad that he found something. One of my favorite promos still is Paul Heyman.
You gonna drop the elbow?
Yeah, there we go. Now, fun fact, Sean is ambidextrous and will drop either elbow, depending on what corner he ends up on.
Yeah. I always loved it. Yeah. It's always kind of a subtle homage to Savage.
Exactly. And what I liked about it, too, is that with Savage, it was so vicious because it was his finisher, so Savage is the expert. Sean can't get that much polish on it ever, but it is still devastating. Like, it's... Like you said, it's homage. Oh,
what a great bump taken by Angle right there.
Angle up over, just full flip down to the floor.
Got straight up launched.
Yep.
In my opinion, he should be selling this a little bit more, but he's trying to set up this next spot.
Yeah. But you're right. Selling it a little more, having Sean be just a little more tired.
Oh, my God.
Oh.
What could have been a disastrous crossbody by Shawn Michaels. Yeah, he was tabletopping at like a 90-degree angle right there.
Oh, Lord. What did he not do?
He never had his balance.
Yeah, you're right. Now it looks like he's sniffing his armpit for some reason. So
Oh wow, I should have put some deodorant on.
yeah, I smell like onions.
I should have also used left guard.
So knowing that he set that up, uh, I'm thinking, oh God, look at that.
Oh, this is not. Look at this, Sean fighting off this German suplex off the apron.
Yeah. I mean, we're really hitting that viciousness. The only downside is I
Oh,
can tell that Sean's looking at the screen, the Titantron.
right.
But I love, just look at this. I mean, the amount of trust you have in the other guy holding you, the amount of drama in that. Look how slow they're willing to move.
Yeah, those elbows look good.
Yeah, they do. Well, part of it's because Kurt has just like the thickest goddamn neck.
Oh,
Ooh,
that nut shot looked vicious.
that did. And very well timed and placed because the ref could not have seen that. And it's all that Sean could do. Look at that blood droplet in his hair.
Yeah, he got some hardware blood from his nose.
Yeah. But that's all that Sean could do to keep from getting German suplexed. And Angle is still back on the attack.
Okay, I love the overstuff like Kurt Angle there. Oh man, and the tail doesn't break.
It does not break. That cannot feel good.
So for those playing along,
Ooh, nice camera angle there, though.
Sean pushed Kurt Angle with his feet. It wasn't even a kick.
Yeah.
He pushed him over with his feet, and then Kurt just laid perfectly across the table. Oh, that's hilarious.
And then Sean goes to the second rope, and instead of doing a backflip, just does a turnaround crossbody.
Do you think the idea at first was probably to do a moonsault there?
I hope not. Like,
Yeah.
I really hope not, because that can only go right one way and can go wrong all the other ways.
Right.
I was much happier that, and that's the thing. Sean's not the high spot guy, so he doesn't have to do a moonsault to get the same effect.
Yeah, I loved watching on the Taker docuseries when
Yeah.
Sean does when Triple H in Saudi Arabia, Triple H pulls tears his pec.
Yeah.
So Sean's just out there for a million minutes,
Yeah.
and then he misses that moonsault and lands directly on his face.
Yes.
And then he goes backstage and he's all, missed it by that much.
Yeah. I thought he just meant the match. Like they sucked and they should have had a good match and they missed it by that much. But I think you're right. He's talking about the
Yeah.
moonsault. So I like how they're both getting into the ring from different spots too. Just showing that they're both been torn up by this.
Yeah. And as Sean's hair gets wet, the thin, it looks far more noticeable.
Yeah.
Kurt's bleeding from his mouth here.
Yeah. Do you think he sweetened that up at all, or is that just because I mean
I
that's
don't know.
really red blood?
Could be a blood capsule.
Yeah. I love how they're both just all the energy they've got just to stand up, and then they start hitting each other. You can, and you know, all they're doing is hitting, and it's mostly just Sean hitting right now.
Right.
But the drama, the exhaustion that's being told, the
Oh,
disdain.
flying forearm.
Ooh, Tito Santana.
Tito Santana would love that one.
Yep. Oh God, Sean is so
Kip
bald.
up.
Kip up.
Yeah, he's bald as fuck.
Mm-hmm.
So Sean's getting the babyface shine right now.
Yep. And then going for the front hand atomic drop. Big old clothesline.
Big clothesline there.
Do you remember when Sean and Marty would take on Demolition, and they wouldn't be able to drop anybody from Demolition unless the two of them double teamed him, and even
Right.
then, that got him to a knee. You know, and now Sean's just taking guys out with one punch, like Jim Jones style.
How the times have changed.
Yep.
So Sean drops a beautiful looking elbow
Yep.
from the top.
Notice it's the other elbow too.
Yeah.
So, and you think he's going to go start tuning up the band?
Right. He's definitely getting some babyface energy from the crowd.
Yep. Do you remember what his first finisher was?
Yeah.
Was it a
I
side
did.
suplex?
I don't exactly remember.
Yeah.
I saw somebody. I was watching an old match, and I saw somebody use the pedigree before
wow.
Triple H did.
I know Stevie Ray used to use it.
Yeah, it was. It tripped me out.
Yeah.
So Michaels is in the ankle lock now.
Yeah. Trying for the sweet chin music. Angle caught it and just got him in it. Sean's gonna roll through, and
Oh, and it
Angle.
tapped her.
Yeah, and Angle kept it. I love that. Just that. No, this is my move. You don't get to do that.
A lot of emotion.
Mm-hmm.
Man, Kurt really can work.
Yeah, he really. He's phenomenal. Like
Yeah,
they all talk about his physical gifts and his ability to just pick this up, but there's more to it than just that. Obviously.
Kurt's one of those guys that I think initially, because he picked up the sport so fast,
Yeah.
he was a little overrated.
Mm-hmm.
And then, but I think as we look back on his career, he's underrated.
Yeah, he is.
I mean, he's one of the all-time greats.
I agree. He, I think that he didn't pick his spots enough.
Right.
He was always trying to go out and do the most every time.
Yeah, and boy, did it.
Took its
what
toll.
A beautiful sunset flip reversal. Right back into that ankle lock.
God, because Kurt's got you every way he wants. I love that. And then
a little victory roll.
Ooh, nice.
It's a close few count.
And Sean's still exhausted, and Kurt's still pissed.
He went for the sweet chin music again, missed it again, right into an angle slam.
There you go.
He says this time we got him.
Just that little delay of putting his arms out like that, like just adding that little piece right there.
And he misses another really near fall.
Yeah. Kurt Angle unfortunately has the white dude from the 90s, Taz, on his back shoulder.
Yeah, that's too bad.
It's either that or the 8-ball on your arm. So now this I don't quite get, putting his singlet.
Angle putting his singlet back on and then taking it off. Like, you don't deserve my singlet.
And then he's stone colding just a little with his forehead.
We're about to see a moonsault by Angle. A beautiful.
Oh, God damn, that boy floats.
Yeah, Angle had that weird thing, and Cody has it a little bit.
Yep.
Where when he does the moonsault, it almost looks like he's doing it in slow motion.
Yes.
Where they're just like floating in the air.
There's no gravity to him with that. Like they're now doing it in slow motion, and it didn't change it much.
Right.
So look at this.
Yeah, it just floats.
Wow.
Yeah, Angle's one of those guys that he had everything.
Yeah, he really did. I liked Angle's milk truck better than I liked Austin's beer truck.
Yeah, well, the milk truck is so funny.
Yeah, and it's so derivative, and it's like, oh my God, that is the best. Like, it's like when someone else's response on Twitter is funnier than the guy who started.
Right.
Ooh,
right.
Second rope, Angle slam.
Yeah.
Going for the pin again. I love that he's always going for the victory, always going for the win.
Yeah, you got it after you do your finisher off the top rope.
Yeah.
Exhaustion.
Yep. Showing, and I like that. It's a tale of two faces. That's really good directing. Hats off to the guys in the truck for that one.
Yeah. Looks like they were both taking a little nap.
Yep. And hats off to both of them for knowing that cameras are going to show this stuff.
Right.
So, and now Angle is losing it. He's just, you will never beat me. I'm going to beat you.
Right in his face.
Yeah. Pulling Sean up to a standing position. Oh!
And he gets the sweet chin music out of nowhere.
Yes. Which just pays off all that anger. Nice long shot on the crowd. Everybody's pretty stoked.
Sydney likes it.
Yeah. Oh. Great shot.
Yeah, and it's one of those things where I love the idea of getting that finisher out of nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
But it being, you're 30 minutes into the match at this point, and you're so exhausted that literally took the last bit of you, so you can't even go over and cover him.
Yeah, which keeps Angle strong.
Curno's going to kick out of this because it's taking so long for Sean to crawl over and cover.
But also visually, we see that it devastated him. We see that it took Angle out completely.
Right.
And it's only because Sean's so exhausted he didn't get the win. I mean, it's a perfect way. I thought that was 3.
That looked like 3.
That really did. That looked like 3 the same way that Joey Morella's 3 looked like it when Hogan and Andre were going at it.
Right. Am I wrong? That looked like that looked like he didn't get his shoulder up.
Yeah, it really did.
So that looks like a lightweight botch by Angle there.
Yeah. I think you're right. Again, both men playing the exhaustion. They're essentially in a death embrace.
Yeah.
So, but I love how protected Angle was.
A couple of times.
What's that?
I've seen this match a couple of times prior to this.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot that was a 3.
Yeah, it was. Which, if they did that on purpose, that's awesome. But I don't think they did.
Yeah, and here's the thing. Michael should be incensed that
right
they didn't count 3 right there.
Right. Instead, he's playing the exhausted warrior thing.
Right.
So, an Angle now with the ankle lock. I'm pretty sure this is the one that's going to do it. But the upside is, again, it protected Angle so much. He got laid out by that Sweet Chin Music. But,
God,
tried
to kick out again, holds on to it.
Yeah. Kurt is really good at doing that.
Oh, yeah, beautiful. Yeah, this is what a great spot this is.
But, Angle was protected by that thing. Sean's finish was protected by that thing.
Here's the thing. And Sean marks are going to look at this like he got fucked because that's
That's true. That's true. I don't think that they play on that, though. Sean, that's not what institutes a rubber match, really.
But the Smarks know.
Yeah, that's true.
There's people out there. There's Sean Marks that think he should have won this match.
That's true. The only downside to this, I love all the drama with it, but this move, it's too long to sell.
Yeah. He should have tapped 20 seconds ago.
Easily. He should have gone through all this, or he should have done the kick him off and then Angle comes back up and really wrenches it, and Sean has to tap that. But all of this is just way too much. It weakens Angle's move, to be perfectly honest.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
Especially since.
Or have Sean reaching for the ropes again. Right now he's just reacting to the pain and not going for ropes. There
we go. He gets it. But yeah, you're right. Way too much.
Yeah. I think honestly Triple H did a better job in submission holds than Sean did. Because he would always be trying and clawing away.
So the crowd's loving it.
Yeah. God, look at that squint on Angle's face. He looks concussed.
Yeah.
He does such a good job of playing.
He probably was.
Yeah, it could be. From that moonsault.
Yeah. I mean, this guy got a concussion rolling out of bed.
That's true.
Watching Kurt talk now, you can see there's some cognitive damage.
Yep. Yeah. Well, and I don't know if it's from the physical or if it's from just the most of his adult life and on drug abuse.
Right.
So I think it would have been. I don't know. It depends on what he's doing. I beat him. I'm number one, and I like that.
Right.
I think, given all the anger that he had, though, I think it would have been fitting if he beat the shit out of Sean first a little bit more. Just gave him 2 angle slams and then left.
Right. And so, Damian, fill me in here because this was a phase of wrestling, years of wrestling, this 2004, 2005, where I was not as dedicated to watching.
Sure.
Was this the blow-off match for this rivalry?
No, this was the first. And in fact, after this, they go on to have another match at Vengeance, which Sean wins.
Okay.
And Sean basically comes out and says, you beat me, but I could have had you.
Now here's
So
the deal.
yeah.
Sean should be selling this ankle way worse.
Oh yeah, especially considering like how. Oh,
He was in it for 10 minutes.
May and Moolah. But
May they both rest in peace.
yeah, yeah,
Dead old ladies.
yep. But yeah, Sean beats him in the Vengeance rubber match, and then at this point, after that, later that summer, Raw moves back to USA Network, and
Okay. Were they
they
still on Spike here?
what's that?
Were they still on Spike here?
Yeah, well, it was called TNN at that time, but yeah,
Oh, TNA. Gotcha. The
and
National.
yeah, the Nashville Network. Jesus. But yeah, they come back to USA, and on that inaugural night, they had a 30-minute Ironman match. And that match went to a 2-2 draw. And so it's just like, oh, wow. And they're just building and building. And then 2 months after that, Angle leaves the company completely. Oh, man, I lost you. There you are.
I lost you for a minute.
Okay. So they went to a 2-2 tie on the Ironman match that was a 30-minute on that inaugural Raw. And then 2 months later, Kurt Angle leaves the WWE.
Okay, so and then he went to TNA that early.
Yeah.
Wow.
And he went because Vince basically said you're an addict and we can't have you being an addict, and it's there's that weird thing about Vince where it's like he set up a system whereby men could get addicted, and then he's like kind of cool with treating all their addictions now that he's got the money to. But he's getting credit for all the wrong things, I think. But yeah, Angle runs to TNA and has an incredible run at TNA for I think longer than he had at WWE.
Right. So I'm at one.
Oh, you cut out. Johnny, you cut out. You back? Still not back.
We're gonna lose me.
Oh, there you are.
Okay, so I'm running out of steam on my laptop. What star rating would you give this thing?
I would give this a solid 4.25, 4.5.
I give this a 4.5 stars.
Yeah.
Fantastic match by two guys that were just at the top of their game. The weird three count that looked like it should have put Sean over.
Yeah.
Felt weird. But everything else was great.
Yeah.
A lot of drama. Would have been a 5-star, 4 3/4 star match. Had it not been like kind of milking that ankle lock.
Yeah, I agree. Those are the two things that dropped it down for me as well. I think.
For sure.
Yeah.
We don't know what we're watching next week, but I'm going to choose it.
Please.
And I'm going to give you one last chance to donate at Johnny Taylor on Venmo, Johnny Taylor About Me on PayPal. Tip us, pay a cover, donate. Anything's appreciated so we can keep doing this. And
I think Johnny's computer died, so I'm going to just say goodnight to everyone. For Johnny Taylor, I'm Damian Harmony, and thank you for joining us.